of going back home and doing it.
Alright, so welcome everybody. I think we're going to go ahead and start. So a few announcements before we proceed into the lovely workshop that Dr. Julietta has organized. I'm Julian, as I am your academic advisor, and there's some refreshments here, so if you have a chance, just feel free to get some without interrupting Dr. Julietta, of course. And there's a sign-in sheet going around, so if you can, please sign in. Just let us know who's attended, and yeah, it'll be useful for me. So without further ado, Dr. Julietta Shakhbagova, she is the Professor of Clinical Education at USC's MET TESOL program at the Rossier School of Education. She got her PhD, or Doctor of Philological Sciences, in Moscow Linguistic University in Russia. And she is a linguist by training, specializing in phonetics, phonology, and methodologies of teaching, ESL, EFL. She is the author of over 50 publications, and her latest book is Correcting Errors in Pronunciation, and it accompanies with a 3-hour DVD, and we'll be selling that after the workshop. So please help me in welcoming Dr. Julietta.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you, everybody. I'm very happy to see you in this class, and let's begin. So the topic of today's class is integrating pronunciation in regular classes of English. After I have watched so many videos, discussed them with you in your practicum A, I thought that it's a must, you know, to let you know how you can integrate pronunciation in regular classes of English. Because many of you were asking me, what shall we do? Our students mumble. We can't hear them. And there were so many other questions. I decided it's high time to have a lecture, and it might be a series of lectures of integrating pronunciation in regular classes of English. Now, I would like you to read this quotation from Jeremy Harmer's Practice of English Language, and just raise your hands. Do you agree or disagree with this quotation? Whole pronunciation lessons may be an unaffordable luxury for classes under syllabus and timetable pressure. This is what he says in his book.
Agreed.
Agree. Okay, so 1. Erin agrees. Matthew, Karen, Nora. Okay, please, latecomers, you may walk over there. Anyone else agrees or disagrees with this quotation? All right, so you know what? Evidently, you have to go through this process of teaching or not teaching pronunciation to really answer this question. But let's go on. I have, yes, please. I want you to brainstorm these 2 questions. Why isn't pronunciation included in ESL, EFL curriculum? And the second one, why is English pronunciation so hard to teach and learn? Okay? Think about these 2 questions. Let's brainstorm. I want to hear your opinions. Okay? If anyone is ready, just, you know, say something else. Yes, the cup?
Well, I think when you have students with many different language backgrounds, they're obviously going to have different strengths and weaknesses in pronunciation, so it's hard to create a lesson that's going to fit every student's need in the class when it's focused on pronunciation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other? Please, Erin?
I think also it's assumed that over time, after listening to the teacher model the right pronunciation and through practice of English, that it's something students will pick up.
Okay. Yes. Any other, please? Mm-hmm.
I would say that by trying to enforce pronunciation, that would probably throw up too many effective filters for them and make them nervous about even trying to speak. So I would say that would be probably a definite inclusion there.
You are answering the first?
The
or
first
second?
one, yes.
Okay, any other, please? Yes, Karen?
There are some priorities in the curriculum, and it has many curriculums and syllabus, and there are no pronunciation as the most important part of the lesson.
Okay. Yes, Jen?
I think maybe pronunciation. I know pronunciation is very important, but it doesn't have the first priority in teaching language. Because maybe the teacher is most focused on students' fluency or their communicative ability. So.
But not pronunciation.
Yeah.
It is not included. Okay, anyone else? Yes?
I think a lot of people think that pronunciation is already included in the lesson, so they don't make a point to make a side separate lesson within the lesson. So they think that it's just automatically ingrained in it, or they have a small section where they'll work on stress or something, but not a significant amount of time really devoted to pronunciation.
Yes, anyone else? Yes, Vanessa?
I think a lot of teachers just haven't been trained, so if they want to teach pronunciation, they have no idea where to begin. It's such a broad subject, so they don't know how to even begin to approach it in their lessons.
Okay. Yes, Helen?
Yeah, I agree with Matthew and Vanessa. And for the second question, I have some opinion. Can
Please.
Yes, because
You're welcome.
sometimes teachers say that it is very difficult to teach English pronunciation because of a muscle, maybe. For example, for Chinese students, we have speaking Chinese for maybe
Since you were born.
yeah. So there is a kind of a regular physical.
Okay. All right, so we've heard so many opinions, and some of them are similar. Others have expressed opinions of their own. Let's see what answers can be given to these questions. Why isn't pronunciation included in the ESL curriculum? Number one, evidently, that's the answer given by Jeremy, a lack of time, and teachers' lack of preparation. These are the most common reasons why pronunciation is neglected in K-12 or other higher education classrooms. Now, let's move on to question 2, please. Why is English pronunciation so hard to master? So these are the factors. Pronunciation heavily depends on the learner's motor skills. And Helen is right. When you are born, your muscles get adjusted to your language, to the pronunciation of your language. So pronunciation is, to begin with, the mechanics of speech production, and of course the learner's ability to hear when listening to English. Okay? Well, you will see 2 scenes from the video. One is a video, a TESOL international student in a Burger King. She is one of our TESOL students. This was not rehearsed. The only person in that DVD, it's taken from the book has a DVD, is a student, a USC student. So they play out the scene. But I want you to know that we did not rehearse it. We just gave her the text and the boy who's acting. And the second is a movie clip from a very famous, I think maybe you've seen the movie, with 2 actors, Hugh Grant and James Caan. It's Mickey Blue Eyes. Now you will watch it, and then I want you to answer some questions. Let's do each twice, because the first time they just watch what's going on. The second time they will listen, all right? Please. This is the DVD now.
Hi, welcome to Burger World. Can I help you?
Yes, I'd like a big burger and a small drink.
Anything else?
A bowl of flies.
Flies?
Just flies.
You mean French fries?
Yes, French flies.
No. French fries.
Frenchy flies.
French fries.
Frenchy flies. flies.
We don't have any flies.
Yes, you do have flies.
No flies. In fact, we have an A rating.
I do not want an A lady. I want a plenty flies.
Okay, once more, right?
Hi, welcome to Burger World. Can I help you?
Yes, I'd like a big burger and a small drink.
Anything else?
A bowl of flies.
Flies?
Yes, flies.
You mean French fries?
Yes, French flies.
No. French fries.
Frenchy fries.
French fries.
Frenchy flies.
We don't have any flies.
Yes, you do have flies.
No flies. In fact, we have an A rating.
I do not want an A lady. I want a plenty flies.
Okay, now watch the movie. A clip, actually, not the movie. It's yeah, right.
Hey, forget about it.
Hey, forget about it.
Forget about it. Forget noise.
Forget about it.
And now change the T's to D's.
Hey, forget about it.
It?
Well, you said change the T's to the D's, for
Not
Christ's
the
sake.
last one.
Well, all right, change the T's to the D's, but not the last one.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Stop. Try this one here. Get the hell out of here. No noise.
Get the hell out of here.
Not he. Here. Here.
Oh my God. Hey, get out of here.
No, just forget about it.
Forget about it.
No, forget it. Shut up. Please shut up.
Forget about it.
Once more. You were laughing. I know what you
Hey,
did.
forget about it.
Hey, forget about it.
Forget about it. Forget noise.
Forget about it.
And now change the T's to D's.
Hey, forget about it.
It?
Well, you said change the T's to the D's, for
Not
Christ's
the
sake.
last one.
Well, all right, change the T's to the D's, but not the last one.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Stop. Try this one here. Get the hell out of here. No noise.
Get the hell out of here.
Not he. Here. Here.
Oh my God. Hey, get out of here.
No, just forget about it.
Forget about it.
No, I mean shut up. Please shut up.
Forget about it.
Okay, so I have two questions to ask you. So the first speaker is an international student, as I said. But the second speaker is British English. Well, his English is British, and he's an English actor, and he has to imitate. Now the question is, what's in common between these two? Hugh Grant and the
James
girl
Bond.
from T-Salt. What's common? Well, what do you think?
Well, I
You
think
can
they.
move to the next one. So why do you think, I will help you too, okay? Why do you think they cannot imitate? So the boy in the Burger King repeats the word fries, fries. She says flies, plenty flies. Rating, she says lading, and he says it many times. Now, in the movie clip, they are both speakers of English, but he can't imitate. Why? That's the question. Can anyone answer? Yes, Fan?
I feel because they can, like you said before, like they can't hear the differences between those two sounds.
Yes, why can't they hear?
Kind of like they have been used to it for kind of sounds and in their first language for.
It's embedded in their brain. So he doesn't hear American accent, New York actually accent. And the girl, she doesn't hear him. She hears what her brain remembers and can say. So these are, of course, this is one of the factors that I mentioned, the factor of mechanics and hearing. Okay, because your speech is embedded in your brain since you are a child. And to change these habits, these old habits, is very difficult. You have to be taught how to change these habits, how to have you hear what I want you to hear. Let's move on, please. The next factor is that pronunciation is an integrated system of production and listening. They are interrelated, and one does not exist without the other. The other factor is that if we will show the pyramid later, if we look at the pronunciation, it consists of so many components of elements, each of which consists of its detail. And to teach pronunciation, to master pronunciation, is of course to teach and to learn every component the way it is pronounced by a native speaker. Well, the good news is that for teaching and learning, we can focus on one component. Let's look at the pyramid that comes next. This is pronunciation components. At the base, you have speech sounds, consonants, vowels. This is the biggest, actually, level or component of English pronunciation, the speech sounds. Next comes the syllable, word stress, rhythm, sentence stress, pausing, intonation. All this is in discourse. You know, take any sentence in English and there will be pronunciation, all this actually, because any utterance has consonants, vowels, syllables, word stress, and so on and so forth. By the way, pronunciation belongs to the domain of phonetics. Do you know how long has phonetics, English phonetics, been studied? Over 500 years. And it's the best and most described phonetics in the world, in theory, in methodologies, and pedagogy. And still, as we know, pronunciation as a subject is not included in the program because of the lack of time. And the second is that there are no teachers well trained to teach pronunciation. Okay, and for many teachers, pronunciation is a nightmare to teach or to focus. Of course, you may hear that the student is making mistakes or errors in the speech sounds or word stress, but you don't know what to do, how to handle these errors. Let's move on, please. So, what is the way out if pronunciation is not included in the curriculum, if there's lack of time to focus on pronunciation? You are just from practicum, so to speak, and you know that it's very hard to squeeze in pronunciation training or practice, even correcting some errors during your class. You have a plan, you have timing, you look at your watch all the time. So, and if most teachers lack preparation to teach or focus on at least certain features of pronunciation. Yes?
I got one actor that comes to mind that blew me away. The guy from House, Hugh Laurie. Mm-hmm. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
There's a TV show called House. He plays a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Plays an American doctor.
Yes.
Never knew the guy was English until one day on the Super Bowl. They went to interview him, and he's talking like this. I was blown away. I never knew he was. There's only two actors that I know of that are like that. That's Hugh Laurie and Jane Seymour, mm-hmm. where they've lost their English accent when they do certain American shows, and I don't know what extra step they took to get there, but
I will answer you.
I know you're going to answer it. So
may I? You know what, if you are, for example, British or from Australia, like we have Nicole Kidman and Russell, what is his first name?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, yes. You know, they are trained. They have dialect coaches in Hollywood or whatever. Now, I have noticed one thing about actors from different countries, not British, English-speaking countries. When they are giving an interview, I've heard many of them with Larry King, maybe you know who Larry King is, they would lapse into their dialect, so to speak, or the variety they speak, like Australian Nicole, like Crow Russell, Australian, but when they are coached, they have to change. And we've heard all these actors using American or whatever, Southern American, for example, to speak the dialect they need to use in the movie. So they have special dialect coaches in all movie companies.
I always wondered how that happened.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for that
Yes.
long time curiosity question.
You know what, but the thing is, to make a short remark, some actors don't change their accent. If you take, if I'm mistaken with names, you know, this is one of my mistakes sometimes made in names. Well, Antonio Banderas, or there's Helma Sayek, I think. They don't change their accent. They speak with the accent. You know that their accent is Spanish, but they are quite intelligible and comprehensible when they speak. So having an accent is not a bad thing at all. It's being comprehensible and being able to communicate. All right, so my question is, if there are so many problems, what would be the answer? Of course, in my opinion, and my practice of teaching pronunciation, and in the Soviet Union, in Russia, and in the United States of America, the answer is integration. Then the question is, when and how can we integrate pronunciation in regular classes of English? Where do we begin? I will try to answer these questions very briefly. So, first of all, when we talk about integration, we mean that learners can receive specific instruction in pronunciation within their regular class of English or classes of English. You don't have to have a pronunciation class. And pronunciation is best dealt with as the need arises. Or you may say 5-10 minutes spending on pronunciation. You don't need to have a whole lesson devoted to pronunciation, because you have no time. You have a lesson plan to go. But if systematically 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7, 10 minutes is devoted, if the need, as I say, arises, or if you're teaching something that pronunciation is important, this is what we mean by integration. So, actually, any classroom activity can become a rich source for pronunciation work, even if the course book, and as you know, many course books do not focus on pronunciation and don't have activities on pronunciation. Also, you can integrate both speech sounds, syllables, or intonation, or word stress. It depends what kind of activity you do, and if you are really keen on helping students with their pronunciation. Okay? Now, when and how can we integrate pronunciation in regular classes of English? Almost at every stage. And the sooner you begin, that is the elementary stage, the better. Because the older a person becomes, the more difficult. Hugh Grant, or that girl, all right? Sunny is her name, by the way. She's a, did you guess that she's a Korean girl?
I don't know.
The one, no, the one in the...
Yeah, I guess she's maybe from Philippines.
No,
I
she
don't know.
was from Korea.
Oh, she's
I thought-
Korean?
Yes. And you are Sun, and she is Sunny. Well, anyway, so as I said, at almost every stage of language learning, integration offers potential work on pronunciation, language skills, listening, speaking, writing, reading, vocabulary, word stress, then, Julia, grammar, important endings, grammar endings, final consonants, there plus to be construction or structure, yes, no, WH questions, degrees of comparisons. These are all from your practicum that I watched that could be done and was not done, okay? Well, because you know you didn't have time or didn't know maybe how to do it. All right, let's move on. Also, classroom activities, reading aloud, acting out dialogues or role plays, presentation, writing activities where you can focus on interrelation between pronunciation and spelling. So this is not the whole list of activities or features that may be focused on or integrated in a regular classroom of English. Now, the question is, where do we begin? What the teacher needs to know. Of course, we can teach all in pronunciation. Even in a pronunciation class that is devoted to pronunciation, for example, you can focus on everything. But the knowledge of basics of pronunciation, something that is a must to know, is very important. Number one knowledge base would be to know potential problems of your students. For example, today you have questions and answers activity. You know that you should focus on certain questions if they require yes, no answers. If it is, are you tired? Yes, I am. So if you just, this does not take too much time to do, right? But this is what it means, that you know a potential error or problem and you focus on it. Also, as I said, we can't focus on everything because you saw the pyramid. Pronunciation has many elements to focus on, but we should really select some key features or priority features. Let's move on. So, if you know what the priority features are, of course, they will contribute significantly to intelligibility, or the person becomes intelligible, and he comprehends English better too if he pronounces better himself. And of course, since you're dealing with utterances, even when you have to fill out blanks, it's an utterance, it's a sentence with certain features of pronunciation. This is the best time to focus on or integrate pronunciation. Now, to me, the key features are a thought group, which is phrasing or chunking, an utterance into certain groups, because you know, a person cannot pronounce too many syllables. He must take breath, right, to speak. Then stress in words and utterance, focus word, or the most important word in the sentence, intonation, that is the pitch, the movement of the voice, vowel in the focus word, pause, final consonants, and linking words. I will focus very briefly on each of these key features, and after that we will practice, okay? I have brought some practice material. Now let's begin with the thought group. What is a thought group? It has a lot of other names. Unfortunately, phonetics is abundant in terminology, and sometimes the same concept has synonyms, like a thought group is also used as phrasing or chunking, okay? Now, what is a thought group? It's a meaningful, grammatically coherent group of words. It has a melody of its own. It is spoken in one single breath, okay, separated with pauses on both sides. Now, a fluent speaker speaks in thought groups, okay, because it's one whole. And a thought group actually is the foundation of speech, because if you don't speak in thought groups, then it's hard to understand you, and you do not understand when you listen, because you are used to a different way of speaking. Let's move on, Julian, please. I'm giving you some examples to show what a thought group is. A thought group may consist of only one word. For example, amazing. It may be a short sentence, he lives in Miami. Or it may be a long sentence, then you have to divide that sentence into thought groups or phrasing or chunks. For example, she got up early, had a cup of coffee, but couldn't force herself to eat. So we have 3 thought groups, or 3 chunks of phrasing is divided into 3 parts. Okay? Now, what kind of errors students usually make? They stress every word. When they stress every word, or you don't even hear that stress sometimes, it may sound like this: make Julie do it, make Julie do it, make Julie do it. Okay, of course, if I told you, please close your eyes, I will pronounce a sentence, you would not understand it. Now, or the sentence that has this there to be construction or structure, there's a book on the table. There's a book on the table. Is there a book on the table? You see, that makes no sense. And said it in a low voice, of course you don't understand what is meant. Let's move on, please. Now, if you look at the sentence that some of you were doing in class, it's very important to single out the word book, because when you say there is a book on the table, you mean what is there on the table? There's a book on the table. Let's say it together. There's a book on the table. Once more.
There is a book.
I want to hear book again. There's a book on the table. Very good. Is there a book on the table?
Is there a book on the table?
Yes. Is there a book on the table?
Is there a book on the table?
Yes. So when you stress table, you mean the book is on the table. Where is the book? The book is on the table. Together. The book
is on the table.
Once more.
The book is on the table.
So this makes a great difference in the meaning of these 2 sentences. There is a book on the table. Where is the book? The book is on the table. Okay, let's move on, please. Now, stress in words. A stressed syllable in English is emphasized, and it stands out from all the other syllables in the word. For example, when I say banana, 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 the stressed syllable is louder, longer, and has a very clear vowel. Banana, banana, or computer, computer, computer. Let's say the 3 words after me. Listen. Banana.
Banana.
Good. Computer.
Computer.
Difficult.
Difficult.
And you know, students say difficult, banana, computer. Yes. You see, Of course, stress is very important, or maybe one of the important features of English pronunciation, especially if it has words that consist of more than one or two syllables. Now, what about unstressed syllables? Of course, they are also important, but if I hear the stress emphasized, I understand word, okay? There are a lot of techniques described in my book how to pronounce the most difficult vowel, maybe for English speakers, English learners, the unstressed vowel. It is the most frequently used vowel, but students practically never reduce it or never make it short and very fast. It's like nan, nan, nan. What happens? What do I do to emphasize the syllable? Na, na. What do I do? How do I pronounce the unstressed or the unstressed syllables? I whisper them, okay? So when you whisper them, this gives them a chance to hear, the students, the learners, chance to hear the stress and not to say banana, okay? Equally stressing each syllable, okay? Let's move on, please. Well, these are the common errors I demonstrated. Stressing all syllables or not singling the stressed syllable, and of course the other mistake in word stress is placing it on the wrong syllable, like economic or difficult and so on. By the way, if you talk to a child who already speaks, by the age of 5, and later I'll focus on that again, and you say computer, the child will say computer. Immediately will correct your mistake, because this is what we hear. This is what native speakers and children hear, the stress which is wrong or correct in the sentence, okay, in the word. Well, I think that you will all agree that the ideal time to focus on word stress is in new vocabulary. You should never leave stress in words unattended if there is a mistake. It should be practiced immediately. First, you may do it so that the student, the learner, hears the stress. When you emphasize it, making louder, giving an extra stress to it, like nana, nana. I do all kinds of physical movements sometimes to make students feel this emphasis in the stress, okay? Now, of course, you should use some kind of rotation, write it on the board, and go back to the same word or words, review them next time you meet in class with students, because word stress is difficult. There are many rules of word stress in English, but learners should learn the meaning of the word together with its stress pattern, because it's inseparable, the stress and the meaning, right, of the word. Now, in some of the textbooks on pronunciation, writers or authors, the authors advise to have this rubber band, okay, like a computer, to feel the length, computer, computer. I don't recommend it to use in K-12. You can imagine what can happen. Okay, let's move on. So, actually, there are two ways to teach stress in the syllable, not the location. Location, it's its pattern. You look it up in the dictionary. You practice it with your students in class. But to pronounce it, you should ask them, there are two ways. For shy students, you should ask them to lengthen the syllable like this. Season. As soon as you lengthen it, it stands out, okay? Let's do it together and use your hands, please, to show length. 1, 2. Season. You may whisper zen and you will just have unstressed syllable. Again. Season. The other technique is to say it loudly. You know what? With adult students, it's a good technique. Not in school because there is noise, there is jumping and whatever. So this is better, all right? And lengthening is also better for shy students. Sometimes if you ask a student, say the stress louder, like season, 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 okay? But as soon as you say, do it like this, season, okay? And there you are with the stressed syllable. Let's do the next one. Listen, academic, academic. So what do you hear? Loudness, length. I'm saying it louder, right? Yes. Academic. Do it like this to feel. Yeah, okay? This emphasis on the stressed syllable. 1, 2. Academic. Again. Academic. Yes.
That was a good stress.
See, that was my force emphasis of the syllabus. Okay, so you know what, as I said already, from the early stage, you should tune your students' ears to the stress, because stress is not only this force and my watch is off, okay? No, it's also the pitch and its length, and they should hear it. Also, you know what, when you say, repeat after me, you should be a conductor, like conducting, and you are my orchestra. I can't say like the season. I should say season. You should, I have to take it off. I don't want to jump on Vanessa. Okay, so it's season, season. See, this is conducting, showing the stress, okay? Now, let's move on, please, and we've come to stress in an utterance. It so happens that in English, some words are stressed in the sentence, others are not stressed. So we have a kind of alternation of stressed and unstressed syllables. So in English, stressed words are called content words. Content means they have meaning, like nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs. In the book, there's a whole list of words that are stressed in English. And words that are not stressed are called function words. In some textbooks, they are called structure words, like pronouns, conjunctions, prepositions, auxiliary verbs, and so on. Now, very often students, they do not make out which word is stressed and which is not. To say, he sent an invitation to me, it means not to you, Vanessa, to me, okay? So, but if you want to state, to make a statement that an invitation was sent to you, you should say, he sent an invitation to me. He sent an invitation to me. I want you to do it the same movement to show that tation is very important, not me, because the meaning changes immediately. Together, please. He sent an invitation to me. Again?
He sent an invitation to me.
Yes, I want it to be a little more loud, please. He sent an invitation. Yes. Now, the second sentence, don't send eat. It's a very common mistake when pronouns at the end of the sentence or utterance are stressed. This is wrong, right? Don't send it. Don't send it. Don't send it. Together?
Don't send it.
Don't send it.
Don't send it.
Excellent. Let's move on. So, focus. What is focus, which also has quite a few other terms, but most, I would say, frequently used is the focus word or focus. The focus word is the most important word in an utterance. It's a word that I want you to hear and to notice. So when we said, he sent an invitation to me. So you heard that an invitation was sent. And if I say, he sent an invitation to me, not to you, so I'm trying to focus on a different word. Okay? So the focus actually is usually, again, a word that has a longer vowel. It's very clear. It has stress, of course, the primary stress. It's louder and higher in pitch. So if I say it's a lovely, finish it. It's a lovely
Day.
No, day. It's a lovely
Day.
Yes, good. Say it again. It's a lovely day. It's a lovely day. It's a lovely day. It's a lovely day. Let's say it in a normal tempo, rate of delivery, right? 1, 2.
It's a lovely day.
It's a lovely day. Smiling once more.
It's a lovely day.
Yes. So, day was longer, louder, higher in pitch, and the peak of the information is in the vowel because we said it very clearly. Let's move on, please. Actually, the focus word is the carrier of the most important information, as I said, and this information may be new, that I want you to notice or hear it. It may be emphatic or it may be contrastive. So in the sentence that was said, it's a lovely day, now you want to emphasize it, okay? Please, Kara, emphasize that, yes, you agree with me. How can you say it differently?
It is a lovely day.
Yes. So I'm saying it's a lovely day, and you emphasize is, okay? And you see that this word is noticeable, and you can hear it, because you emphasize it. Well, 1, 2, listen. It's a lovely day.
It
Yes.
is a lovely day.
I'm not conducting. Yeah. So I'm saying this, you're saying the second. It's a lovely day.
Yes, it is a lovely day.
It is smart. You know, we don't have many lovely lovely days in Los Angeles. Now today it's a lovely day.
Yes, it is a lovely day.
Now the second one. Are you leaving?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. What is it?
I'm not.
What's someone's
Okay. All right. So, are you leaving?
No, I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving. Again. 1, 2.
I'm not leaving.
Yes, Helen. Ask Fan.
Are you leaving?
No, I'm not leaving.
Excellent. Now, say it faster. Are you leaving? Are you leaving? Are you leaving?
Are you leaving?
Look at her. Not
Are you leaving?
No, I'm not leaving.
no, I'm not. What is it?
No, I'm not leaving.
Yes, of course. Good. Let's move on.
And then add is as if to really confuse him.
Yeah, because if you say I'm not leaving, that will be a different meaning, okay? The sentence will have a different meaning. Let's move on, please. Now, sometimes function words can be stressed for emphasis and for contrast. Actually, any word in an utterance can be stressed. For example, I want Matthew, read the sentence loudly, please.
For A?
Yeah, A.
Did you say you like your coffee with sugar?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Now, in the second sentence, we stress which word? Conjunction and, because I asked for something else. Vanessa, please.
I said cream and sugar.
Yes, and you should emphasize and for the listener to hear that it's something different that you want. Let's do it together. Did you say you like your coffee with cream? 1, 2.
Did you say you like your coffee with cream?
Mm-hmm. Yes, the answer. I said cream and sugar. 1, 2.
I said cream and sugar.
Are you listening?
I am listening.
Yes, Serapina, answer.
I am listening.
Yeah, see, I am. She's not maybe, she didn't want to be too loud for certain reasons, but she emphasized, I'm sorry, I am listening. Okay, now, the next one, please. Nora?
We are lost, and it's your fault.
Yeah, your face should express it. We are lost, and it's your fault. Say it again, and look, you show it. That's me. I am. Yes.
Should you?
Yes. We are lost in the woods.
We are lost, and it's your fault.
My fault? Why is it my fault? Okay. I want Lei and who had that? Mina, play it out, please. Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't smile. You're lost in the
Nina, we are lost. It's your fault.
My fault? Why is it my fault?
It's
your fault.
It's not my fault.
You know what? When we can imagine a situation when this, where and how and when it is used, we can act out so very well. All right, the next one, please. So, common errors in focus, placing focus on the wrong word, like do eat or send eat, right? Not indicating focus at all. And today I will speak about mumbling. Students mumble because they do not indicate focus. All words are flat, like this. You can take a pencil and have a line from syllable 1 to the last one. Or placing, sometimes they do somehow try to use the focus word, but it's used on a function word at the end of the sentence. All right, please, let's move on. So the question is, where is the focus in an English utterance, which is different from many languages, because languages have their own ways of focusing on a focus word, of emphasizing a focus on new information. When a conversation begins, focus is typically the last content word, which may be a noun, a verb, an adjective, or an adverb. Are you leaving? Are you leaving? This is the focus word, which is the last content. But as soon as the conversation develops, the focus may shift depending on the content. Please. For example, who are you waiting for? Which one is the focus?
Waiting.
Waiting, right? The last content word. Now, I'm answering you. I cannot say I'm waiting for you. It should be I'm waiting for you, Lei. I'm waiting for you. Together?
I'm waiting for you.
Yeah. I want you to look at this dialogue. I have underlined the focus words. The first sentence carries new information, and the new information is the word keys. Please, Caitlin, read it loudly.
John lost his keys.
John lost his keys. Keys, keys. Again?
John lost his keys.
Yeah. You know what? As teachers, we should exaggerate a little. Maybe in real situation, I will not say, John lost his keys. But in class, I would love to say so, okay? Because this is emphasizing and exaggerating. Okay, please, Yiju? Mm-hmm.
Which keys?
Uh-huh. Again?
Which keys?
No. So she's saying which keys?
Which keys?
No, this is wrong in English. Why? Because keys is new information. And in the second sentence, it's already old information. What I want to focus your attention and you two here is, let's do it.
Which keys?
Which?
Which?
Yeah, you should say keys in a very low voice like this. Which keys? 1, 2.
Which keys?
Again?
Which keys?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so keys is here again, an old information. Please, Vesper?
His car keys.
His car keys. Again?
His
car keys.
Very good. So this is very important, you know, to be able not to use the focus on the word that is repeated. See, keys is repeated twice, but in each sentence, it's already old information, and speakers of English always focus on new information as the most important, like which keys? Again?
Which keys?
His car keys.
His car keys.
Yes, please. Let's move on. Well, as I said, every language has its own way of stressing new information. In some languages, new information is at the beginning of the sentence. You know, structurally, English has a very rigid word order. Subject, predicate, object, okay? So, we can move only modifiers of time, say, or place. And of course, learners of English, and it was demonstrated today, they transfer their habits to stress every word in the sentence or not to stress them at all. Because when we speak a foreign language, please remember our habits or old habits are strong, and we automatically transfer them into a new language or a foreign language we are learning. Yes, please. I think now we have some practice to do. You have it on your desks. Okay. Oh, you have it? Who hasn't got this? So on page 1, just this one, you have short dialogues. I want you to underline the focus word, okay, in each. A, B, A, B, A, A, B, A, B, okay? Yes? You can use a pen or a pencil, doesn't matter. You can work with a partner if you like, if you're not sure. Star, please. Yeah.
Hey, we were working.
Yeah, but she will read it for her own. I have made enough copies for all.
Thank you.
He's got it.
I think it's that one.
He's got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's got it. Press and cancel. Which? The mouse.
Yeah, you know that one's stress. Everybody hates that. Except when it comes to counting money.
Won't happen again.
I'm sorry. Won't happen.
Don't let it happen again.
Don't let it happen. I apologize.
I'm truly sorry. Don't let it happen again.
Okay, are we done? Yes?
And we need 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always on.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm always online, so it's like I'm in real class and I'm, want to have a little fun. That's all.
Okay, all right. Well, let's ask Karen and Matthew, please read the first AB.
I think Paul needs a new car.
But he's got a new car.
Okay, so which was the focus in Karen's reading?
New.
She opens a conversation. Huh?
New.
I think Paul needs a new car.
Uh-huh. Does anyone have a different option? There's an option. Yes.
I said car.
Yes. I think Paul needs a new car. You see, what is the most important information? It's car. Now, Matthew?
But he's got a new car.
Yes, but he's got a new car. New car becomes, the two words become new information. I think Paul needs a new car. Together?
I think Paul needs a new car.
Yes, I want car to be very clearly said. Again, 1, 2.
I think Paul needs a new car.
Yes, but he's got a new car.
But he's got a new car.
Erin and Serapina, the next one.
Class has been canceled.
Which class?
The math class.
I didn't want to say pronunciation class. It's been cancelled actually. All right. So, yes, that is correct. Cancel, which, and math. So, which word? The word is old information. Helen, which word?
Class.
Class in the second and third sentence. Class has been cancelled. 1, 2.
Class has been canceled.
Which class?
Which class?
Math class.
The math class.
I'm trying to emphasize, I'm exaggerating, okay? But exaggerating, you get used to certain melodies and rhythm of English. Please, Alice and Yeju.
I'm sorry, it won't happen again.
Alice, Deborah didn't hear you. She said, what? What did you say? Yeah, please say it again.
I'm sorry, I won't happen again.
Yeah, so you know what? I didn't hear your focus, to tell you frankly. Which word did you underline? Maybe I misheard.
I'm sorry.
No, look at your paper. Which word did you underline?
Sorry, I won't.
I'm sorry, it's clear. In the second sentence. Won't. So for her, won't is a focus. All right? So you open your conversation, right? Okay. So which word have you underlined, Lei?
Won't.
Won't. Okay. And I'm not asking you. I thought you were a student. Caitlin?
Won't?
No. Star? You have a good neighbor. I hope he knows English.
We'll also choose won't.
Well, son,
Again?
Maybe again?
of course, it should be. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. You see, it's not so much won't as again. It means that it already happened, but you promise that it won't happen again. Together, I'm sorry.
It won't happen again.
Yeah. So 1, 2. I'm
Sorry, it won't happen again.
Again, it won't happen again.
It won't happen again.
Yes. All right. Now, in the second sentence, Yeju, read it.
Just don't let it happen again.
Well, Erin, which one did you underline?
Just.
All right, I want you to read it. Just don't let it happen again. You said just.
This is a hard one. These two are hard. I'm not gonna lie. We've underlined like every word.
Okay. All right. And Matthew, which one did you underline?
I said don't. Just don't let it happen again.
Yes, possible, or it may be just don't let it happen again, or don't let it happen again. Both are possible, okay? But you don't have to stress or emphasize happen or again, because it's what? New or old? Old information. Just don't let it happen again. Together?
Just don't let it happen again.
Okay, now Vanessa and Van, please.
I apologize. I'm truly sorry.
Just don't let it happen again.
Yes, correct, Van. Good. I apologize. Together.
I apologize. I'm truly sorry. Just don't let it happen again.
Just don't let it happen again.
Just don't let it happen again.
Very good. So just in case, show the next one. Check your paper again and see, make corrections if you make mistakes in focus. So as you see, it's not as easy as it seems, though we understand that the focus is the most important word in an utterance to really find or say the focus word correctly. Okay, now let's move on, please. Now we've come to discuss one of the most complex systems of pronunciation and English phonetics, which is intonation. Intonation is the rise and fall in the pitch or fall in the pitch of the voice over an utterance. Pitch of the focus word, and we are focusing on the focus word, may be rising and falling. This is the basics to understand that some sentences in English or utterances are used with a rise on the focus and others have a fall. In the books on pronunciation, sometimes more than two major melodies or pitches are distinguished. In British English, for example, when I was a student, I studied British English, we were to master 9 different pitches on the focus. Okay? But, yes, 9 different pitches on the focus, because each pitch would have a different meaning. Like, yes, 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 yes. Okay, yes. All right. These are all different pitches, and each pitch will change the meaning of my yes. Okay. Now, the pitch may be falling as in sure. Why not? Together.
Sure. Sure.
1, 2.
Sure. Why not?
Okay. Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Yes. So the pitch of the focus word usually indicates the intent, the purpose, or the attitude of the speaker, what he is saying or intends to say. Let's go on. The falling pitch, again, this is basics, is used in statements and WH questions. The rising pitch is usually used in yes-no questions and requests. Of course, in the book, I analyze more pitches, say for beginners and for advanced students. There will be different numbers of pitches, so to speak, like a fall rise, for example. He's arriving on Monday. Tuesday. So instead of saying, no, he's not arriving on Monday, he's arriving on Tuesday, my tone immediately using fall, right? Like Tuesday changes the meaning. And I don't have to use the whole sentence to express when the person is coming. Yes, please, next. Well, these are the common errors in the pitch. Using the wrong pitch on the focus and chopping off the vowel in the focus. What is chopping off? You know what? In the next slide, I will show the movement of the pitch. Different languages have different movements. A pitch has a movement, right? Fall is a movement. Rise is a movement. When I say, are you sure? I'm doing it slowly. My pitch is moving up gradually. In Russian, for example, it's, are you sure? It jumps, okay? Or when I say, I'm sure, why not? I start high and my pitch reaches the bottom of my voice. That's the difference. Even if you are not using like I'm not, still I should, I may say like someone said, which class? Which class? I'm still reaching the lowest of my voice. That's the difference between English, say, and Chinese or any other language, because they have different pitch movement in the stress syllable of the focus word. Now, what is chopping off? Chopping off means you are not making the vowel long enough, like it's a lovely day. If I were to say it slowly, you would see my pitch like this, and it reaches the bottom. Erin, are you leaving? I'm so sorry. It's okay. All right, you will see it, all right?
Thank you very much.
Sure. All right, let's move on, please. Here are two examples. Thank you, Caitlin, our whiz in computers, helped me to do all these. So, Bill drives to, let's say, 1, 2. You will say only the last word, the focus. Bill drives to fast. Excellent. Now make it a little louder, because everybody should hear it, the falling pitch. Again, Bill drives too fast. Bill drives too fast. Again.
Bill drives too fast.
See, it's not only longer, louder, and higher in pitch, but it begins higher and ends low. Now, you see, if you have words or syllables before the focus word, to make the focus noticeable, to make others to hear the focus, it should always be a little higher than all the preceding syllables. Now listen, Bill drives too fast. See, I did not say fast like this, right? Oh, Bill drives too fast. Bill drives too fast. I'm raising it, but it's enough to do a little higher from the preceding words to make the focus noticeable and to make the listener hear it, okay? So let's not jump up too high. Bill drives too fast. 1, 2.
Bill drives too fast.
Yeah, see, you said fast. Now, you know you are nervous in the car, right? If someone is driving fast. I am, I'm just trembling. Now, let's say, Bill, now you are more emotional. You're scared because Bill is driving too fast. Let's say, Bill drives too fast. Yes, and you show it, right? Your facially, Bill drives too fast. Together.
Bill drives too fast.
Yes. Now, this is a one word, one syllable word, and in the word glasses, you have 2 syllables. You see, again, we jump on glass, and sis is very low. Glasses, glasses. And if you chop it, it will be glasses, 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 And you don't understand. Excuse me, what did you say? Can you say it again? Oh, sorry. Thank you. Okay? So to hear it, I should see this difference. This difference. I found my glasses. Together.
I found my glasses.
Once more.
I found my glasses.
Excellent. Have you found my glasses?
Have you found my glasses?
So, see, I'm not doing any pressure on glasses. Now, looking at what we've done with these two sentences, which do you think is more difficult to teach and to learn? The falling pitch, or the rising pitch?
Rising.
Rising. Excuse me, you said rising?
Yeah, I think rising.
Yeah. Rising. I'm sorry, falling. Falling. Because this is very difficult, you see, to move, to jump on the focus, or the stress syllable of the focus. I found my glasses. I found my glasses. Glasses. Even this little jump is an effort for a learner of English, okay? But when you say this one, it's one line, okay? It's gradually going up. Have you found your glasses? Have you found your glasses? Together?
Have you found your glasses?
That's excellent. Again. So, of course, intonation is melody. And even in pronunciation books, not much attention is devoted to intonation. But anyway, intonation is melody. It is the music of the language. And of course, you should be exposed to the intonation like you exposed to a melody. I'm sure if I ask you, you will all say yes. Has it ever happened to you that you listen to the melody, which is a hit, today, tomorrow, the whole week, the whole month, you hear the same melody or song, which is a hit, and one day you wake up and you hum it. You didn't make any effort to learn it, okay? It's unconsciously embedded, or was embedded in your brain. So this is what intonation is. It's melody, and the more students are exposed to intonation or to the melody of English, the better they can imitate. Not Hugh Grant. All right, so pausing. Now we've come to something that is described in this book in a very detailed way, because pausing is so important in English. Not only to use pausing in the long sentence, like she woke up early in the morning, take a cup of coffee. Remember, I gave you this example. But to also separate one sentence from another. So we speak in thought groups, and a fluent speaker uses pauses correctly. Usually, the pause is separates the thought group, one thought group from another, and the change on the pitch on the focus word. She took a cup of coffee, but couldn't force herself to eat. Okay, so coffee. There is a pitch on the focus. Then I use a pause, and then I continue. Well, and pausing can affect the meaning of the sentence. I'll give you two examples. I'm sorry, these are the common errors. Pausing after every word. There is a book on the table, okay? Da 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 da, or da 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 da. Or pausing in the wrong place, which of course breaks the meaning of the whole sentence. Let's move on. So here is a sentence, and I think you have it in your handout. So I'm not going to read them. Depending on where you place the pause, these would be two different sentences, or the meaning of the sentence changes depending on where the pause is placed. Okay? Please go ahead. Read the sentences. They are different depending on where you place the pause. Excuse me, you don't have handouts? Could you please Done? All right. So, Julian here, can we move? So, if you say, I want Chin, read it please.
Me and my wife, Emily.
Which one did you read, the first or the second? Huh? So, Mel says second. Read it again, please. Chin, louder.
Okay.
Deborah doesn't hear you.
Okay. Me and my wife, Emily.
So, which one did you read this time? It was
First.
the first one. Meet my wife, Emily, together.
Meet my wife, Emily.
Yes. Now, if you pause after the second one, who had this one? Did you have different pause placement? Helen?
Yes, this means ask Emily to meet my wife.
So read it.
Meet my wife, Emily.
Meet my wife, Emily. It's possible. Meet my wife, Emily, but wife should be louder than Emily, okay?
Meet my wife, Emily.
Meet my wife, Emily. Meet my wife, Emily. See, da-da-da, da-da-da. Yeah, I'm pronouncing Emily with a slight rise, but wife is very loud. Now let's try. Did you understand the difference in meaning? Yes. So in the first one, meet my wife, Emily, his wife, but we don't know the name of his wife in the second sentence because Emily is a friend or an acquaintance. Meet my wife, Emily, together.
Meet my wife, Emily.
Meet my wife, Emily.
Meet my wife, Emily.
Okay, the next one, please. Now, this is again, same sentence, depending on the placement of the pause, it changes its meaning. Okay?
I was just telling her, I think if you were mad, that would change. You know, the meet my wife, Emily. Meet my wife, Emily. You know, if you were mad, you would be saying the word meet really hard.
Oh, yes, right.
If you were angry.
But still, we are talking about the pause. The pause will still remain in the same, but the focus may meet my wife, Emily. Meet, you can, of course.
Yeah.
We're
I'm just trying to get a flavor of all the different ways to approach it.
You know what? We're talking about the pause, but if you place the pause in a different before or after, then it changes the meaning. But of course, your emotions may be expressed in a different way. Mm-hmm. Are you ready? Serafina, please. Read the first one.
If you are happy when you see me smile.
Mm-hmm. So your pause is after happy. Let's move on, please. Mm-hmm. So if you are happy when you see me smile, together.
If you are happy when you see me smile.
Yes. And in the second sentence, Fan.
If you are happy when you see me smile.
Why were you stumbling? If you are happy when you see me, smile. So, how does this sentence changes its meaning? Star. What is meant in the first sentence?
First sentence means that the person is happy, but I don't know why. For the second one, maybe
for different reasons. And the second?
For the second one is when he saw me, he's happy.
Not quite. What is the meaning of the second, Caitlin?
When the person,
you're asking if the person's happy to see
Yeah.
yourself personally, then they should.
I will know that you are happy if you smile. If you don't smile, then I will know or guess that you're not happy. See how the pause changes the meaning of the sentence. Okay, the next one, please. We will see a clip now, a video clip. This is a girl, she's 5 years of age. I want to demonstrate how by the age of 5, she has it all.
I don't want to marry
Okay.
for someone that I don't have a job. Man comes asking me, running out. No, I don't want to marry you yet. I want to have a job. And if he says, I will not come back to you, fine, I'll find a different man. This is my life. But stop caring. I'm not going to do anything for you until I have my job. I don't care if I marry you. I don't care if I marry another man. I care if I do something that's special. I don't want to marry someone if I don't have a job first.
she knows all that happens to her. But you know what? When I first watched it, I was amazed. I thought my students should see it. She's 5 years of age only. And look at her emotions, her intonation, her stresses, her facial, it's all there. And she's only 5. That's what I meant when I said by the age of 5. She may not be perfect in grammar, maybe in grammar.